I think that every creative does have a signature. I don't even think it's intentional. I think it's just something that's in you. Like, everyone has a different perspective. My name is Travis Jeter, and I'm a tailor and founder of the Denim Workroom. My entire life, I've always been like into fashion. So like my first magazine subscription was to GQ, and that was at like when I was 8. Everything about the arts have always like fascinated me. I didn't want to be a designer necessarily. I wanted to be more like on a styling business side, and ended up doing visual merchandising for like forever, still to this day actually. One of my favorite magazines of all time was V. And V magazine had like really great fashion photography. It wasn't stuff that I would see in Baltimore, but like I wanted to know about like what was hot, what was new. And I felt like those magazines kind of like helped me to stay on top of that. So I would say that my aesthetic is more classic leaning for sure versus trendy. The Denim Workroom is a really cool approach to like denim tailoring alterations. We focus on sustainability and really extending the life of your denim. We do alterations, we do repairs. So like if you have a hole, a rip, or tear in your jeans, you can bring that to us and we can fix that for you. So my journey with denim started almost 20 years ago. I worked for Gap and Levi's for a very long time. At Gap, that's kind of like my entry into denim. Gap is known for their jeans, so like that's when I like learned about like the different fits and like different styles and everything. Then I worked for Levi's. Gap introduced me to styles and silhouettes, while Levi's introduced me to quality and care. So when I worked for Levi's, I started off as a manager. A couple months into that, you know, to be a good manager, I wanted to learn like pretty much all the ins and outs of like, you know, sewing and what the tailors were doing, because how am I going to effectively manage someone if I don't know what the hell they're doing, you know? I had my tailors teach me pretty much like some basic stuff, and I got to a point where I was uninterested in being a manager, kind of finessed the system a little bit, and I was able to like transition into the role of a tailor. What brings me joy is repairing someone's jeans. There's this satisfaction that comes along with it because, I mean, honestly, just you're restoring something that someone really cared about, you know? It also gets to a point where it becomes a little therapeutic when I'm in front of the machine and just kind of like going back and forth darning. Our idea is, instead of buying a ton of different things, take what you have and then do something differently with it. Or take something that you have and you love, and maybe if it does have like a hole or something, we can fix it, just so that it doesn't end up in a landfill. It's more about just like keeping things that you love for longer. This is my Juki. This is pretty much the machine that does everything that I work with. I have a lot of different threads that kind of like match denim as much as I can, especially when I'm doing repairs. That's the trick, to try to find the threads that really match the jeans as close as possible. This is the girl that does most of the work. I think it's super important to always remain a student in your craft, because things are always changing, always evolving, always want to like elevate the presentation. My name is Travis Jeter, and I'm a tailor and founder of the Denim Workroom.